In the never-ending battle of time, every man has a natural light that draws people to them. But this light doesn't always shine brightly, especially when they have to face tough situations. Having faith. Remember that a man's beauty isn't just in his victories, but also in how he breaks down and meets life's storms and tempests with a strong soul. Always be curious, and don't be afraid to explore and express yourself. Remember, a calm and sure of yourself. Soul has a strong pull, and sometimes not trying too hard is the key to extraordinary success, as famous Hollywood actor Hugh Jackman explained when he often follows the 85% rule. Athletes who perform at 85% of their capacity get better results than those who are asked to perform at 100%, because the lower bar lets them stay calm and still achieve more. This is also a lesson in keeping your soul at peace and full of confidence. An important lesson from Stoicism. In today's video, we'll look at the 4 golden rules that every real man follows. These rules will not only make you more attractive to women, but they will also show you how to become the best version of yourself. Not only is this an outside adventure, but it's also a path to inner peace and stability. Let's work together to master these 4 golden keys, face all challenges, and not miss any opportunity to learn something valuable. Each lesson is not only a step forward in life, but also a chance to shine and be admired in this noisy and tumultuous world where thousands of masks and roles are worn every day. There lies a hidden magical power. A valuable secret is forgotten, that is authenticity and integrity. When a man chooses the path of truth, he not only confirms his worth in the eyes of a woman, but he also finds an endless source of strength, a light that shines on the dark path. Stoicism is more than just a way of life. It's also a lesson to love and respect one's true self. Let's look at the power of honesty and authenticity, and see how they make a man truly attractive to women. First, honesty and integrity. If honesty just means telling the truth based on facts and reality, making and keeping vows is part of having integrity. Integrity means making sure that the results are what were promised. Being honest is a must for ethics, but keeping your promises is enough. Many of us know that honesty and ethics are important in life, but if someone asks you what they mean, you will likely get a lot of different answers. In a society that is becoming more complex and diverse, where there is a lot of information and things are always changing, being honest and having integrity are more important than ever for a man who wants to show what he's worth and get attention from everyone, not just women. These 2 values are the building blocks for a meaningful and happy life. It takes guts to act like this when the truth isn't always easy to accept. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher and ruler of Rome, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Being honest with others helps build trust and respect. There are times and situations that can test your integrity, but a man with integrity will always keep his word, showing respect and responsibility for himself and others. This is shown not only through promises, but also through actions that follow through on those promises. Let's look at a more specific example of offering to help with a community project. Let's say that a man named Mike agrees to help plan a charity event to collect food and clothes for local families in need. Mike not only promises to help, but he also gives a thorough plan for how he will do it. For example, he will set aside time after work to set up meetings and use his personal network to call for help. He will also spend the weekends organizing and delivering goods to people who need them. Mike shows his dedication not only by speaking out loud, but also by carefully planning and giving his time and energy to make sure the project's goal is met. When the charity event goes well, Mike not only feels good about helping others, but he also gets praise and admiration from those around him. Mike has shown that he is a trustworthy person who is ready and able to do what is best for the community by keeping this promise. Not only does Mike help the community, but he also builds strong relationships with the people around him. These people start to see him as an inspiration and an example of honesty and integrity, which not only gives him more chances to work on other community projects but also in his personal and professional relationships. This shows how important it is to keep your word and be responsible. When honesty and integrity go hand in hand, they make a strong, independent, and attractive person. This person attracts attention from women and everyone else because they are reliable and in control of themselves. Deal with problems, keep promises, and respect ourselves and others. In the journey of seeking love and connection, nothing is more precious than being loved and respected for who you are. Honesty and integrity. It are not only the foundation of a lasting relationship, but also the compass for a meaningful and happy life. By living and acting according to these two values, a man not only becomes attractive in the eyes of others, but also creates a life where freedom and happiness are not just goals, but the journey itself. These are not just lines you skim through on an ordinary day. This is an invitation, a door opened for you to connect, to ask yourself, and search deep within. Have you ever, amidst a life full of challenges, found yourself at the crossroads of honesty and music integrity? At that moment when everything around seemed to urge you to choose the easier path, how did you listen to your inner voice and face it and your decision, that action? What mark has it left on your life? These questions are not just self-reflection to help you look into yourself, but also lifelines for the soul, helping you not only to self-assess and grow a little every day. We all know that the journey back to the high values we hold dear is never easy, but it is these challenges that make us stronger, more profound, and genuinely connected with our true sexy. So post your answers and ideas in the video's comments, please. In a busy world with a lot of social pressures, it's easy to feel lost in the crowd and easily swayed by other people. But is there another way? Stoicism is a philosophy that has been around for thousands of years and has a powerful message at its core. Imagine that you are totally free from societal pressure and can confidently walk your path. Being fearless and separate from others isn't just about being able to exist on your own. It's also about giving your life meaning and value. It's about being proud of your responsibility and power over yourself, and then building a meaningful and happy life from there. Let's dig deeper into this idea in the next lesson and find out how to use it in our daily lives. Take the time to listen and feel, and become truly independent in a world waiting for you to discover. Number 2, self-reliance. When a man really knows and follows the principle of self-reliance, he not only becomes financially and mentally independent, but he also becomes incredibly attractive to people, especially women. This isn't an easy process. You have to be patient, persistent, and determined all the way through. But the prize for your hard work is not only praise from others, but also a meaningful and happy life. Self-reliance is a process of discovering yourself and growing as a person. It's not just about making a living. It also means being free in your thoughts and actions. This means you don't depend on what other people think and don't let events control you. Figure out what you're worth, and never give up the power to choose your own future. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the great Stoic thinkers, is a great example of how to live by the principle of self-reliance, even though he was in charge of everything. Marcus Aurelius lived a simple, self-sufficient life because he thought that real strength doesn't come from outside sources, but from within each person. As the saying goes, the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. So be careful and make sure you don't have any thoughts that aren't good for you. People who want to be self-reliant and independent will find a lot of inspiration in virtue and reason. A man who knows how to be self-reliant will be more confident and won't need other people's approval to feel whole. This not only helps him make a meaningful and enjoyable life, but it also makes him more attractive to women. Women often look for strength in a man by choosing traits like independence and the ability to handle problems without help from others. But how does a man become self-reliant? He must first set and work toward his own goals without relying on other people's approval or acceptance. He must also learn to believe in himself and his ability to solve problems. To do this, you need to know yourself very well and be able to think deeply about things. One important part of becoming self-reliant is building and keeping your confidence. You can do this by constantly learning new skills and setting new goals and tasks for yourself. Men not only become more self-reliant, but they also gain courage and inner strength in this way. Respecting and living by one's values is also important for maintaining self-reliance. When a man is firm in his values and not swayed by outside pressures, he shows a strong and independent spirit that women see and admire. From this article, you can see that self-reliance is not only a virtue praised by Stoic philosophy, but also an important part of every man's life. Becoming self-reliant not only helps him build a meaningful and happy life, but it also makes him attractive and admirable to women. Ask yourself how independent you are, and if you want to keep going in this direction. Marcus Aurelius said that real power lies within us. We decide who we will become every day by the choices we make about how we live and act. Make your life meaningful and full by becoming a man who is self-reliant, confident, and independent. We might not always find the right path right away, but once we find our true purpose, everything becomes clear, like the first strokes of a painting slowly coming together. The goal is not only a guiding light in the darkness, but also an endless source of motivation that pushes us to keep going, no matter how bad the storm is. In that light, we not only find persistence, but also attract attention and admiration from hearts that share ours. Let's look at the secret to becoming a valuable man that women can't help but want through the lens of Stoicism. Number 3. Purpose and focus. On the journey of life, we're all looking for something to strive for. A goal to illuminate the darkness, an inspiration to keep going even when things get hard. For men who want to be self-reliant and valuable, not only in the eyes of women but also in society, finding and keeping purpose and focus is crucial. Stoicism's lessons on restraint, self-efficiency, and an unyielding spirit are a great source of inspiration for this journey. Not only is purpose a life goal, it's also a compass that guides every choice, action, and thought. Having a clear purpose not only tells us where to go, but it also drives us to face and beat challenges. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In this quote, he emphasizes how our life's purpose and how we follow it give us the power and responsibility to paint the picture of our lives. Attention is the key to putting purpose into action. In today's world, technology, social media, and the thousands of other things that want our attention every day can be very distracting. But if we want to get something important done, we need to tune out the noise and concentrate on what really counts. A different Stoic thinker said that we don't have little time to live, but we waste a lot of it. Focus helps us make good use of our valuable time by spending it in things that will pay off in the long run. People can change their lives and careers by making goals and staying focused, as shown in Elon Musk's journey. Elon Musk represents big dreams, like taking human vision to other planets and breaking new ground in the auto industry by making electric cars. His unwavering contributions require a lot of focus, as he often works up to 100 hours a week to make his dreams come true. This shows that focus isn't just getting rid of distractions, it also means giving your whole heart and soul to a noble goal. If you looked at Elon Musk's schedule, you'd be surprised at how busy and focused he is during the workday. But what's really impressive is not just how many hours he works, but how he uses every minute and second of the day to focus all of his energy and intelligence on big goals. If you have this attitude, you will not only be focused, but you will also be completely dedicated to your dreams and goals. We can learn from Elon Musk that if you want to be very successful, you need to set big goals and keep your mind on them all the time. Most importantly, you need to use every moment to focus your attention and energy on reaching your goal. Imagine standing in front of a big painting that represents your life's purpose. Have you ever taken the time to appreciate, think about, and enjoy its richness? Or have you just let it fade in your mind over time? Every day you continue your journey toward that purpose. But are you really focusing on what's most important? Or are you just optimistically circling daily issues and fleeting moments? Think about how you can increase your focus to get closer to your dreams and the goals you've set. I suggest you take some time, not just a few minutes, to think about these questions. Think about your life as a whole and make sure that every action you take helps you reach your goals. These questions are not just directions, They are also motivation that will help you build a real life with meaning. Are you ready to take on this challenge? If so, tell us about it in the comments below. Before we move on to the next lesson, take a moment to think about the hardest times in your life and the problems you had to solve. The sour and bitter. Have you faced the rough waves of your emotions with the steady spirit of a Stoic philosopher? If not, we will learn more about the power of mental endurance, which is an important part of Stoicism. In this life, being able to handle changes in your emotions is a very important skill. This is the allure of Stoicism. Its simple but powerful principles help us build a strong foundation for our spirits. Let's go on a journey of how men build mental endurance and discover their true strength, not just to survive, but to thrive in a life full of problems and challenges. Number 4. Mental strength. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and thought, how can I get stronger not only for myself, but also for the people I care about in this world? Mental toughness is both a lifeline and a beacon, providing light during life's storms. But how do we accept this advice? How can it help us win the hearts of others, especially the women we want to admire us? The answer lies in the perseverance we build every day by facing and accepting challenges with an open heart. It's about getting to know ourselves and our surroundings, and realizing that life is always changing and we need to adapt. But it's not just about adapting. It's also about finding happiness in every situation and using every challenge as a stepping stone to go further and higher. Let's look at the story of Diego, a Brazilian Olympic swimmer who has spent his whole life getting ready for this moment. A few weeks before the Tokyo Olympics, he hurt his shoulder badly during a workout. The doctors told him that he might not be able to compete, ending his chances of winning the medal he had dreamed of since he was a child. That night, in the recovery room with a painful shoulder and a heart full of despair, Diego had to make the hardest choice of his career. He could accept fate, give up on the dream he had worked so hard for, or he could choose to fight. In the darkness, a faint but steady light of hope and belief began to shine. Diego didn't give up. He thought that even if the body was hurt, the mind and spirit could not be defeated. Over the next few weeks, Diego spent every moment training and recovering, even when the pain seemed unbearable. He worked with recovery specialists to improve his mental strength through meditation and focusing on his goal whenever doubt and fear crept in. He reminded himself why he started this journey, not just to compete, but to show how strong the human will is. In the end, Diego not only overcame his injury, but he also went back to the Olympic pool with a newfound confidence in himself that he had never had before, even though he didn't win a medal. Diego didn't just beat the challenge, he also beat his own doubts and the doubts of those around him. Most importantly, he proved the value of mental toughness. This is not the end of Diego's story, it's just a new chapter in his book of will and inner strength. So what makes a man with high mental toughness attractive to women? Self-control and the ability to deal with problems without losing your cool or your personal goals are the answers. Sinar said, "It's not because things are hard that we don't dare. It's because we don't dare that they are hard." He was stressing how important it is to face problems with courage and determination. A man with a lot of mental toughness knows that his worth isn't based on external factors or other people's opinions. He trusts the road he's chosen and doesn't give up when things get tough. This makes a strong attraction because it shows power and independence, and it also shows a spirit that never gives up, which helps build mental toughness. First, we need to ask ourselves, when things get tough, do we see chances to learn and grow, or do we only see unfairness and obstacles? The answer to this question can change not only how we deal with problems, but also how other people see us. Part of this process involves taking responsibility for our own thoughts and feelings and not letting outside events affect them. This isn't easy, but with patience and consistent practice, we can reach a stable state of mind where peace is a realistic goal. When a man shows this kind of resolve, he not only inspires others, but also becomes very attractive. Like everyone else, women are drawn to people who can stay strong when things go wrong, not because they are physically strong, but because they are mentally strong and can keep their cool. Being positive and focused on your goals at all times. By following the Stoic principles in our daily lives, we not only find the strength to deal with problems, but we also find ways to live a useful, independent life. Under the vast sky of Stoic philosophy, we have looked at 4 keys to unlock the door to freedom, appeal, and the life every woman wants. But now the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Are you willing to practice to improve yourself to achieve independence, authenticity, mental strength, and the high life goals we talked about? Let us know what you think in the comments. What do you think about these rules? Do you want to share any personal stories about how you've used Stoic philosophy in your life? Let's build a strong community where self-discipline is not just a philosophy, but a way of life. If you liked this video, please show your support by liking it and sharing it with your friends and family. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. We will keep going deeper into the deep and rich world of Stoic philosophy, and each lesson is a step forward on the path to self-improvement. Thank you for watching today's video. Remember that living a good, honest, and independent life is the key to all kinds of beauty and respect. Keep watching the videos at the end of this video and stay on this path, and the world will open up to you in ways you never thought possible. Thank you, and see you in the next video.